For this demo, we're imagining a scenario where we want to add a new column to the comparison table that contains a description of the items. Because master requires pull requests now, I'll start my changes by creating a new branch and give the new branch a name of new table version. Then I've got the new version of the table ready to paste in so that you don't have to watch me typing these things. I've added a column called description, and in both the Raspberry Pi row and the LEGO Mindstorms row, I've added some text for the description, and this text gets a little long. You can also see I added a fifth number to the header rows above. I'm going to build this and look at the page in a browser because I want to show you a few things in the built HTML and then see an inline style fix. And when I run the build, oh no, I get some kind of nasty looking error. Let's have a look at what happened. It's complaining about my list table and not all of the columns having the same widths or something like that. You may have noticed when I pasted in the new version of the table that my columns didn't line up quite right under the others as it relates to their white space. These types of errors are definitely something you want to watch out for when dealing with Sphinx doc projects like the one we're working on here. To fix this, let's just go adjust our white space handling for the new columns. I'll delete all the white space and the new line and hit return and let VS Code handle a little of the details for me. So now when I save and build the project, it should build successfully. And it does. Great. Let's go have a look at that table on the HTML table that we built. What you can see here is a pretty long scroll bar on the page. It means that viewers of the page are going to need to scroll right to have a look at the content I've created. It's not the most obvious looking scroll bar either, and forcing the content to remain on the page shouldn't hurt the overall flow. So I want to change things so that the width of the table remains inside the page itself. If I open up the browser tools to inspect the actual HTML that was created by our build process, I can review specifically these two table cells in our rightmost column. I already happen to know the inline styling that will correct our issue, setting the white dash space value to normal and making it important. If you're curious about CSS or the HTML that I'm showing here, there are lots of other courses on Pluralsight that can bring you up to speed on those topics. When I set both cells' whitespace values as I want, you can see that the table gets a little taller and the new column that I've added is wrapped but stays on the page. So what we need to do here is to get this styling into a CSS file, include it in the build process, and then reference the CSS class we create on our table right here. We'll do all of this in the next clip.